Together.
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 Together, we will be what the world needs.
The university relations team insisted I wear this jacket. Vice President Hamlin gave me the pom-poms, and my husband bought me green sneakers. So I am totally ready to celebrate with you. Good evening and welcome everyone. My name is Grit McCreath, and I am proud to serve as Chancellor of the University of Saskatchewan. I would first like to acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory and the homeland of the Métis. We pay our respects to the First Nations and Métis ancestors of this place and reaffirm our relationship with one another. In April of 2023, we officially launched the Be What the World Needs campaign, the largest fundraising campaign in the history of Saskatchewan to raise $500 million to address the world's most pressing issues and to be what the world needs now and in the future. Tonight, we are excited to celebrate our progress so far and highlight some of the incredible successes that wouldn't be possible without donors and supporters like you. I hope you had a chance to interact with our USask experts and students who are showcasing examples of innovative work taking place at USask. They will be here after the program, and you will have another chance to meet them. As you look around the room tonight, the power of philanthropy is all around us. This venue was made possible by a transformational gift from Merlis Belsher, who joins us this evening, and a number of other alumni and community partners who contributed to create this outstanding facility. And this evening, you will hear stories of how a gift can help change the trajectory of someone's life and inspire a ripple effect that reaches around the world. Tonight, we will look to the future and what lies ahead as we approach the finish line of this transformational campaign. But first, it's important to start this evening in a good way. With that, I am honored to invite Joseph Netauhau to offer a welcome.
I want a jacket like that. It's really nice. Tatamskat na agakyo. Kinaskumt na tigay. Ya toin sabi ko mo tanihio itaw ni goyaka. Ni nanom kake katikiteo ya ki piksquista moya go tipichnigan no tigok sinog. I just wanted to thank you for inviting me to come and say a few words. I wanted to teach you just a couple words. There's words flying around at the university here. You know, I'm a graduate from this university as well as the one in Regina. I barely squeaked, through in Regina, so they kind of picked me up over here to pick up the loose ends at the University of Saskatchewan at ITEP. And I've seen just beautiful things that have happened over the years since I started. There was no such thing as indigenization or decolonization back in the 70s at the U of R. It was you're on your own, you were just completely on your own. But coming here and being situated with the College of Law, Indigenous Law Center. You know, I'm right in the thick of it, you could say. And the word that I hear around there, they can't say it, you know, the long word, so they say quay. Can you say quay? And then add ask. Ask. Quay, ask. Quayesk. Quayesk. Asta. Sewin. Asta Sewin. And Quayesk means, I used to hear this in James Smith when one of the teachers was teaching Cree, and when somebody said it right. Can you say that one more time? Quayesk. That means correct. She would use that word. I always remember that word. Astasewin means setting things straight. And what a beautiful word, you know, for this course that they developed, which is all about more our strained history in this country, on this land we call Nigawinan, our mother, Gigawino, Mother Earth. But I wanted to just teach you that word. Another word that I hear flying around here, and it flies above, just above Angela Jaime's head, you know, just up here, sister. And it's Ohpaho. Can you say that? Ohpaho. And that's once when you're starting to fly, and we're all starting to fly. And I noticed that in our own designated faculties and wherever we are situated at the university here, we're all flying independently and trying to fly together. Ohpa. So everybody say Ohpaho. Tan. Ohpaho. Tan. Okay, one more time. Goyesk. But I'll sing the honor song. I love that song that Tyrone Tatussis gifted to the university through ITEP. And it's a song that is really complicated, but nevertheless, you know, it can be learned, or else you can dance to it, or you can write a poem to it, or put it on while you're doing your thesis or while you're studying, you know, tormented. Kitekis knama suin, kitekis knama tokamek, eki asutamakuyak, sagawati tan, pasukawachi hu enanoen ye. Practicing this song, sing along with me. Kichikis knama suin, kichikis knama tukamek, ikiasutamakuyak, sagawati tan, pasukuachi hu enanoen, hey, 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 oh. Kichikis knamasun. Higher learning, higher education. The place where this happens, university. Igiasutamaguyak did make this promise, the government and the indigenous people of this land. Sagawatitan, let's shout out for joy. Let's do the warrior call. Yeah. All right, there we go. Pasigo means to wake up and, stand up, get up. Pasigoati ho, have that energy of being lifted up. So let's have a great evening, and thank you for listening. And thank you for the invitation and the introduction, Greta. And we'll see you at the university soon.
Thank you so much, Joseph. Collaboration is embedded in everything we do here at the University of Saskatchewan, and it is one of our greatest strengths. And tonight, we are proud to showcase a unique collaboration in the performance you are about to see. We will start off the program with a very special performance by USask's very own Greystone singers, who just returned from performing at Carnegie Hall in New York City on June the 1st. To introduce them and tell you a little more about the performance is Dr. Stephen Ryan, Director of Quanta, the Center for Quantum Topology and its Applications, and a professor of mathematics and statistics in the College of Arts and Science. Please welcome Dr. Ryan.
Thank you, Chancellor McCreath. From our earliest moments learning to navigate and describe the world around us, we ask ourselves about the shape of things, the shape of a toy block, the shape of a donut, the shape of a string of spaghetti. It becomes part of our everyday language. But have we ever asked ourselves, what is the shape of light? Is it a stream of tiny particles that strike our eye one by one, forming an image? Or is it a wave of energy that washes over our senses all at once? The answer from quantum science is that it's both. And quantum innovators at the University of Saskatchewan are using these two natures of light to literally do the impossible, such as turning light into computers, or turning diamonds into portable MRI machines for rural communities. This work would not be possible without the generosity of donors. They give us the vital equipment we need and the resources to train the next generation of quantum mavericks right here in Saskatchewan. Donors are a true light in our lives and work. In honor of them, we will share with you our quantum story of light. We could tell you this story through numbers, symbols, and equations. No one got up. But we're not going to do it that way. At USask, we think outside of those boxes. What you're about to experience has its own twofold nature. On the one hand, the projection project, a light show of quantum shapes striking your eye one by one, is put in motion by Anna Elliott, a 3-time USask student in mathematics, fine arts, and sustainability. At the same time, movements 1 and 5 of Illuminare, a composition by Elaine Hagenberg, will wash over you. These movements are brought to life by the Greystone Singers and Aurora Voce Choir, led by Professor and Community-Engaged Research Award winner Dr. Jennifer Lang, who, as you heard, brought the choirs to New York recently and subsequently brought the house down at Carnegie Hall in front of an audience of USask alumni and supporters. And as a special treat, our USask performers tonight are joining forces with musicians from the Saskatoon Symphony Orchestra. So let's see and hear quantum particles and waves of light existing in harmony thanks to USask's interdisciplinary culture and the artistry of some of this country's most creative students.
Yeah.
Absolutely magnificent. And now you know why they got a prolonged standing ovation in Carnegie Hall in New York City. One more time. Thank you, Dr. Ryan, Dr. Lang, our Greystone singers, and everyone who contributed to this amazing performance. Our community is full of champions, from USask researchers to alumni to community members who are doing critical work to improve the lives of people in Saskatchewan and beyond. Thanks to your involvement and support, we have made incredible progress over the course of the campaign. We have also made great strides on the global stage as a respected U15 research-intensive university. There are 4 key pillars of our campaign. Together, we will lead critical research, support Indigenous achievement, inspire student success, and design visionary spaces. Each of the pillars have received robust support so far. Thank you to our donors, alumni, community partners, and friends who are helping us achieve our vision to be what the world needs. Now I'm excited to show you a special video created for this evening's event that outlines how far you have helped us come and how far we have yet to go. We are in the final year of the campaign, and we can't do it without you.
Together.
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 Together, we will be what the world needs. The University of Saskatchewan, situated on Treaty 6 territory and the traditional homeland of the Métis, has embarked on the most ambitious campaign in the history of this province. We have never been better equipped to tackle global issues, and the world has never needed us more. Our vision is clear. Our commitment is strong. The Be What the World Needs campaign will forever change us. We are leaders, innovators, explorers, connectors, protectors. Together, we will expand our world-leading research. Together, we will embrace reconciliation and be a force for uplifting Indigenous voices. Together, we will inspire our students to become the leaders of tomorrow. Together, we will create visionary spaces for people to collectively address the challenges of the future.
I'd be tremendously appreciative to see donor money that supports Made in Saskatchewan research. Most people aren't aware of the challenges that exist in science in Canada today. So that funding and in terms of donations can go a long way.
BMO's ability to give a big donation, $2 million to USask's programs to establish a chair in regenerative agriculture and the BMO Soil Analytics Lab, really shows how we can find intersection between sustainability and our business and how we support communities. I would like to challenge other companies actually to think about ways that their community giving programs can be married up to their sustainability programs and sustainability goals to really try to make the biggest impact in areas like climate.
It's an exciting time for Métis students here on campus. The work that the university leadership has done in creating true partnership with the Métis Nation of Saskatchewan has allowed Métis students to see themselves more on campus.
It's incredibly important for Indigenous students to see themselves at the front of the classroom, in industry, in places where careers are thriving. We definitely need more pathways to University of Saskatchewan for Indigenous students directly from high school. We have the Building Intercultural Resilience Mentorship Program, working directly with Indigenous high school students. Donor support is incredibly important. not just financially, but also alumni support to show that other Indigenous people have already paved the pathway, being able to hire more health and wellness supports, Indigenous counselors for Indigenous students, making sure that they have supports through their academics, tutoring, advising. All of these are ways in which we contribute to their success.
Our donors are huge. We wouldn't have some of our facilities without it, like the Merlis Belsher place where the basketball team practices and lots of Husky teams train in the lifting facilities, the recovery room. We had our track resurfaced just about a year ago due to our donor support. I can say personally that it goes a long way for us.
We had such a wonderful time at university. I think that's where it all comes from. It comes from our heart because you want others to share that.
The PAC is so busy, so we said, well, we need to get some additional courts built onto the campus. And fortunately, the Merlis Belsher hockey area came along, and so we funded adding 2 more basketball courts. I think it's a must, the way we give anyway, is to, if you want, do the research and get the input from those who are going to be impacted by whatever the gift might be.
It's just a great deal of satisfaction for being able to make a change or a difference in someone's life.
We have so much fun at the university being involved with the young students that we feel they help us as much as we ever could help them.
You only succeed in life if you help others succeed. And there's such joy in seeing that happen.
We have a long history with the university. As you say, all of us were here at one point in time. We, as a family, years ago, we made a pact that we wanted to make a difference. That's why we focused on the mental health aspect.
I guess I was overwhelmed by the involvement of students in their own mental and physical health, rather than bogging down into the issues that you have and grumbling about it. Shine a light on it and go forward to help others. And that's what the Student Wellness Center is all about.
It's a very integral part of my recovery. I wouldn't be able to pursue academics without them.
Thank you for recognizing the need for this support for mental health services for students. Having donor money takes that to a new place.
Your generosity to the University of Saskatchewan has left a lasting impact on our people, projects, and places. Thanks to the incredible support from our community of alumni, donors, and friends, we are making remarkable strides towards our goal of raising $500 million. But we need champions like you to help us cross the finish line. With you by our side, we will address the world's greatest challenges together. Thank you for supporting the campaign for the University of Saskatchewan.
Together.
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 Together, we will be what the world needs.
The stories in the video exemplify how our community of USask experts and campaign champions are working together to make meaningful change in a variety of areas and disciplines. We are proud of what we have accomplished together so far, and we are excited for what is yet to come in the final year of this campaign. Our next speakers will share their stories and will illustrate what is possible with your support. I would like to introduce Dr. Jordan Woodsworth, Director of Northern Engagement and Community Outreach in the Western College of Veterinary Medicine. She and her team lead the Healthy Dogs, Healthy Communities project, which is making a difference for humans and animal communities in northern Saskatchewan. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Woodsworth.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Grit, for the introduction. So as was said, my name is Dr. Jordan Woodsworth, and I am the Director of Northern Engagement and Community Outreach at the Western College of Veterinary Medicine. Our program, what we call NECO, is deeply committed to addressing the critical issue of inequitable access to animal health and welfare services for companion animals in Western Canada and around the world. Currently, NECO collaborates with 9 communities in Saskatchewan, providing essential support around animal health and welfare. These communities face unique challenges due to their remote locations, limited resources, and lack of regular access to veterinary care. Our team works tirelessly to bridge these gaps, ensuring that animals receive the care they deserve. But NECO's impact extends far beyond these 9 communities. We also partner with human health professionals, government agencies, and grassroots organizations to illustrate the experiences of people and animals in communities without regular access to care. Through rigorous community-partnered data collection, interpretation, and knowledge translation, we provide undeniable evidence that a healthy human-animal interface is crucial for the well-being of both. Partnering with community members not only ensures that our research addresses the most pressing needs of local people and animals, but also enables creative and unique approaches to sharing our findings with the world. The Atim Muskegee, or Dog Medicine Art Gallery, achieves just that. It is a collection of art pieces by 17 artists local to the La Ronge Tri-Community area that translates the findings of my PhD project into multimedia works of art. This gallery is on tour province-wide for the next 2 years, and its success would not have been possible without deep and meaningful relationships with our community partners. Imagine a community where animals frequently suffer from preventable illnesses, where families struggle to care for their beloved pets, and where the bond between humans and animals is strained. In these communities, the health of people and animals is intricately connected. When animals thrive, so do the people they live alongside. Donors play a pivotal role in our mission, and without the support we've received from donors, this program could not operate. Your support is critical and not only helps animals, but makes an invaluable contribution to the health and well-being of people and communities in our province and beyond. As the Veterinary Training Institution for Western Canada, we prioritize the integration of student learning into our work. By participating in community-based, experiential learning opportunities, our student veterinarians are becoming the kind of health professionals our world needs. I am excited about the work we do and the impact we can have in the future. Together, we will continue to build a future where all animals receive the care they need, where communities thrive, and where the human-animal bond is strong. Thank you for your support and commitment to making a difference.
Thank you so much, Dr. Woodsworth, for the important work you do. Our students are the energizers of our university community. In this building alone, our students walk across the stage at convocation, they train and compete on the rinks and courts, and they conduct research in sports science. All of this has been made possible by donors and support from our partners. Because of that, our students are able to succeed at USask and go out into the world to find their path and become what the world needs. I would like to introduce one of those students to you now. Cameron Drever, a Husky student athlete who just walked across the stage last week at convocation and received her education degree. As a new graduate, Cameron is at the beginning of a very exciting chapter of her life. Welcome, Cameron. I get to shake your hand again.
Thank you, Grit, for the wonderful introduction, and good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. As said, my name is Cameron Drever, and I'm a recent graduate from the University of Saskatchewan. I was in the College of Education, and I aspire to be an elementary school teacher who inspires generations to come. I am also an athlete. If any of you have been at a Husky women's hockey game in the last 6 years, you might have seen me standing back there in the net. It's easily my favorite place to be. Being a student athlete has been my identity for the last 6 years. It's all I've known. Go to class, go to the gym, show up at the rink and practice, work hard, play the sport I love, all while getting a university degree. However, I wouldn't be able to play the sport I love and get an education if it wasn't for the community and those who donate to the university. I am grateful to have received an athletic scholarship from the Women's Hockey Alumni Association for the last 6 years that has helped pay for my degree. If it wasn't for our fundraising and donors, the scholarship would not be possible, and I would not have been able to achieve the success I did as a student athlete. For those of you who may not be aware, this is what a typical week as a student athlete looks like. 8:30 a.m. classes, followed by classes all day until 2 p.m., then team workout at 3 p.m., followed by practice from 4:30 to 6 o'clock, followed by a practice with our Young Comet female organization or team video of our own. And that's just our Monday to Thursday. We play games on Fridays and Saturdays and travel home late on Sunday nights. So our weekends are even longer, and it makes for a really long week. Our only days off are Sundays, thanks to Steve Cook for that one. But as you can tell, this doesn't leave a lot of time for us as student athletes to have a job and work and make some money, and our schooling doesn't pay for itself. As I mentioned before, I'm in the College of Education, and I completed my student teaching internship at École Donald this past fall term, where I went from school from Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. and had to rush to the rink for practice, all while making lesson plans, marking, making time to go to the gym before school, and still somehow cooking meals for myself and taking care of my mental health. With all that being said, I just want to emphasize again how critical this scholarship I received these last few years has been for my success as a student athlete at the university. It has been instrumental in my success in my academic and athletic career. As a student athlete, I'm exposed to many opportunities that allow me to grow and develop qualities to be successful. One of my favorite memories throughout my career was being able to host nationals here at Merlis Belsher Place in March. As a team, we got to learn traditional Indigenous beading, and each team who attended nationals received a pendant that we all got to bead as student athletes, and it was very special. We had young female Comet teams come and watch and be team ambassadors. We had university staff that attended the games, as well as people from the community of Saskatoon. It was a special place and a special place to be, and an opportunity for everybody to come together. Without the support of all of these people and the generous donations, we as athletes would not have had the same experiences that have helped us shape us into who we are today. I can speak on behalf of the students and student athletes at the university that through these opportunities we have been given, we have learned important life skills such as hard work, determination, discipline, grit, time management, and organization. All skills that are transferable to our future careers. I've been extremely fortunate to have spent my academic and athletic career here at the University of Saskatchewan, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Your donations and support mean the world to me and all of us student athletes and students at the university. Without your support, we would not be given these special opportunities that allow us to grow into who we are becoming. And for that, I want to thank everyone for their contributions and for supporting us as students and student athletes and for being what the world needs. Thank you.
Cameron, I'm exhausted just listening to your schedule, but I am very happy that you learn grit. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Tonight, you've heard stories that reflect our 4 pillars of the campaign, from critical research to Indigenous achievement, to visionary spaces, to student success. Isn't it amazing when you stop to think about what's possible when we really get behind a common vision? It's inspiring to see how much more we can accomplish together. When faculty, students, alumni, donors, and champions come together, it creates that ripple effect that helps us all be what the world needs. As we head into the final year of the campaign for USask, we need champions like you to join us so we can tackle the challenges of the future together. There is no one better at inspiring a bold vision than our final speaker tonight. And I am so pleased to invite our wonderful President Peter Stoichev to the stage to share a few words and close out the program for the evening.
Thanks, Grit, and good evening, everyone. It's really special to be here and to see so many people here at this wonderful event that marks the 1 year to go until the end of our campaign. There are many people that I want to thank as well for giving us this opportunity, Cheryl and your team, and everybody who made this Merlis Belsher place look like this. Last week, we did have 8 convocation ceremonies here. 2-3 months ago, we were hosting the Women's National University Hockey Championships here. A lot of different things go on here. This is because of the vision of Merlis, who I know is here somewhere tonight. Thank you, Merlis. And the story of all that is not just a desire on Merlis's part to see a great hockey rink built, or 2 hockey rinks. There's one adjacent to us here. Not only a place that was a community gathering spot. When we have games here, that whole area up there is packed with people, standing room only. It was because he understood that this hockey program, the Huskies and the university, stand for excellence. And I think everybody who supported the building of this fabulous venue that means so much to so many people now were supporting and felt like they were supporting excellence. And it's excellence that I want to talk to you about tonight in terms of the university and how it represents it. I want to thank the SSO and the Greystone Singers. You heard about the fabulous concert that they gave in New York City. The Greystone Singers did about a week and a half ago. Just a little footnote to that, there were 3 different choirs that were singing that night. One of them made up of choirs from all up and down the eastern seaboard, one of them from more locally around New York City, and then the Greystone Singers from Saskatoon and the University of Saskatchewan, all led by Jennifer, who did a spectacular job. And it was really interesting to hear the first choir. Carnegie Hall is packed. There are 2,800, something like that, people there. They do a fantastic job, that choir, and all of their supporters, there are about 100 or so of them, leap to their feet at the end of it. Greystone Singers sing, everybody leaps to their feet. And I want to thank Grit, who has been and continues to be a fabulous chancellor for this university and doing all of it on a volunteer basis. And it's more than a full-time job. She can tell you and I can tell you. So why are we in this campaign right now? The answer to that has to do with where this university is right now. And I'd start by saying, I'm sure many of you have read this in the news, seen it in the media. Universities are in the thick of things these days. And universities, I would say, are needed more now than they have ever been, and the University of Saskatchewan is needed more now than it has ever been. The world is a challenging place today, and as I meet people, including the 4,000 students who crossed the stage, Grit and I shook their hands all last week. It was a fabulous, uplifting time. It always is at convocation. When I meet their parents and supporters, when I meet all of those students, some of them, their kids, their families, their former teachers, their current teachers, I realize that the University of Saskatchewan is a beacon of hope. It's a beacon of hope for all of them. It's a beacon of hope for their parents and their families. It's a beacon of hope for so many people who aspire to come here and get a tremendous education. And a great university should be asking itself today, what is it that it can do that the world needs it to do? Not just what it wants to do, but what the world needs it to do and what the world needs it to be. And for us, that means identifying some of the major challenges that the world faces today and asking ourselves, how can we pool the different kinds of expertise that have to come together to meet those basic challenges? The world, for instance, is going to face another pandemic. It's just a matter of time. It's not if, it's when. And we have our Vaccine and Infectious Disease Organization, VITO, which is now Canada's Centre for Pandemic Research. It's a world leader in infectious disease research and vaccine development for humans and animals. We have our Western College of Veterinary Medicine. We have our Many Health Sciences College. We have our School for Public Health and our School for Public Policy. The world is going to face water insecurity, and we have our Global Institute for Water Security. It's ranked, not many of you would know about this, #1 in Canada and is one of the top water security outfits in the entire world. The world is facing food insecurity, and food production is going to have to double between now and 2050 to accommodate and feed the world's growing population by that time. It's going to require a lot more plant-based proteins because all of that food requirement is not going to be able to be met by protein in the form of meat. It's going to be requiring advances in sustainable livestock herd management. It's going to require advances in sustainable agriculture, and we have the Livestock and Forage Center of Excellence. We have a tremendous crop development center that just celebrated its 50th anniversary a couple of years ago. We have a superb College of Agriculture and Bioresources. We have the Global Institute for Food Security, and again, we have the Western College of Veterinary Medicine. And you put that kind of expertise together, and we are a powerhouse in the world in terms of solving the issues of food insecurity. The world is facing innovation challenges. We will need electric vehicles. We will need sustainable power sources, appropriate green energy transition, plastics reduction, climate solutions, space exploration. And to do all of that, we have many colleges, including strong colleges of engineering and of business, the Edwards School of Business. We have the CLS, the Canadian Light Source Synchrotron. We have Opus, our startup incubator. Saskatoon is one of Canada's fastest growing IT hubs. Not Vancouver, not Calgary, not Edmonton, not Toronto, not Halifax, not London. That list goes on. Saskatoon is, along with Kitchener-Waterloo. And as one of Canada's fastest growing IT hubs, we are also a huge attraction for venture capital investment. In fact, the fastest growing on the continent right now. We're moving the Sask Poly campus over to Innovation Place so that we have a superb polytechnic, we have a research-intensive university, this one of the top 15 in this country out of 97 universities, and we have an innovation place. There's no other place in Canada that has that combination. And when put together correctly, which is our vision, the whole will become greater than the sum of the parts. And people will be educated superbly, and we will be able to collaborate on tremendous and necessary research. We also have in this city some of the fastest growing companies in this country. The Globe and Mail puts out a list of them annually. Saskatoon has a disproportionately large number of them, no disrespect, but Regina has one. That's about what you'd expect of a city that size. We've had recently 7 or 8 in Saskatoon. Most of them are started by graduates from this university. Most of them are currently led by graduates from this university, and most of them employ their workforces in the form of graduates from this university. And our intention is to be deliberate in fueling that innovation environment here, and we're working really hard on that and succeeding. The world is facing healthcare challenges, and we have a suite of tremendous health sciences colleges, and that suite of them is unparalleled in this country. Nursing, pharmacy and nutrition, medicine, public health, the Western College of Veterinary Medicine, kinesiology, dentistry, that list goes on. This province, of course, is home to public health care design and formation. Emmett Hall graduated from here from our law school. He chaired the first Royal Commission on Healthcare in 1964 that brought the province's version of it across the entire country. We're the home of the cobalt-60 cancer radiation therapy that developed treatment. The first one, there was a race to do this. The University of Saskatchewan, not that I'm boasting, won it in 1951. And that cobalt-60 therapy went on to save the lives of millions of cancer patients around the world. And this great tradition continues. We do work on MS, many cancers, mental health, Alzheimer's, cystic fibrosis, reproductive rights, remote rehab, diabetes, HIV/AIDS, neuroscience, Indigenous health, Parkinson's, heart disease, chronic pain management, physical activity, dementia, community health, substance abuse, geriatrics, and that list goes on. You don't find that at every university in this country. You do find it here. We have a cyclotron that is producing the medical isotopes for RUH, and we used to have to bring those medical isotopes in from Hamilton, Ontario on a daily basis, and their half-life by the time we got them to the hospital was waning severely. This has meant approximately a quadrupling of the number of imaging procedures that we can carry out on a daily basis at RUH. How fortunate we are to be in Saskatchewan and to be graduating, as I was saying at the convocation ceremonies last week, young people who will continue this great work. The world is also facing human challenges, and we have tremendous programs in the humanities, the social sciences, and the fine arts. When you think back to the pandemic, science did what was asked of it. It developed a vaccine, and many of our researchers had a lot to do with this kind of work beforehand and during the pandemic. Science developed a vaccine in the space of about 13 months, which was an unheard of period of time. It usually took about a decade or more to develop a vaccine for a serious virus or illness. But science did what was asked of it. But the real problem, when we think back to the pandemic, that delayed recovery from the pandemic on a global basis didn't have to do so much with science as it had to do with the disciplines that are squarely within the sights of the humanities and the social sciences. And we have tremendous programs in those areas as well. This university is also undertaking the reconciliation process. You heard a little bit about that in the video. I really thank Joseph Natauhau for all the words that he had to say about his experience here and about what we are trying to do. You heard Kurt Boyer, who's here in the audience today, talking about that on the video as well from the Métis perspective. This is really, really serious work for us, and I'm proud that we are participants, not bystanders, in the greatest cultural opportunity that has ever faced this country. We're doing a really good job of that. We can always do better, but as a university in this country, we are one of the leaders. 12% of our students, somewhere in there, I think I have that number right, are self-identified Indigenous. Our work is to close the education gap so that the graduation rate for Indigenous students is identical to the graduation rate for non-Indigenous students. We're depending on so many people to help us do that work, and that work to this point is going well. Some of you may not know that one of the aspects of that work is that we have opened a whole new campus in PA in downtown Prince Albert. We purchased the old Weyerhaeuser building there. And that will allow a lot of students from northern communities who aspire to come to a great university like the University of Saskatchewan to not actually have to go through all of the changes and disruption that are required to come all the way to the big city of Saskatoon. They can go to PA and do their university work there. We're extremely proud of that, and it's a wonderful thing, I think, for Prince Albert as well. As a result of all of this, we have become a real talent magnet for Saskatoon and for the province. We have now 27,000 students at this university. When my wife and I came here in 1986, there were about 12,000 or so. They're from 130 countries around the world, and we have annually increasing enrollments, and we're continuing to forecast that for next year as well. That happened right through COVID, and it happened for several years before COVID. Not all universities in this country are seeing that kind of success by any means, And it means, as Cameron was saying, that there is a lot of trust in and appreciation for the quality of education that you can get from the University of Saskatchewan. We also have now over 175,000 alumni around the world in 150 different countries. As a result of all of this, our economic impact on this city and on this province is one of the highest, if not the highest, depending on how you measure it, of all Canadian universities for their cities or for their regions. And as a result of this, we now have the majority of our graduating students staying in this province, not leaving it to find their fortunes elsewhere. A huge shift in the demographic, and we're a big part of that. I also want to mention that there are 11 Rhodes Scholarships given out in this country across all 97 universities that are eligible to receive Rhodes Scholarships. This year, we received 2 of those 11 out of 97 universities. There was only one other university. There was only one other university that received more than one. That was 2 also, and that was the University of Toronto, that has 3 times the student population that we have. As a result of all of this, we also have more research income than ever before in our history. It's tremendous what we've been able to achieve over the last several years in this regard, and I thank all of our wonderful researchers who have come here from other parts of Canada, other parts of this province, and from around the world to contribute to all of that. And as a result of all of that, we have soared in the most important international rankings that there are of universities worldwide, and are one of Canada's best performers in the international sustainability rankings that gauge our work on the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And just to give you a little bit more detail on that, we jumped 128 spots in the largest and most prestigious of these international rankings, the QS rankings, last year. That was unheard of. In fact, it was so unheard of. It was so unheard of in the history of those rankings that I thought for a couple of days that it was a mistake, and I didn't talk about it until I was sure that it was accurate. But we jumped 128 spots, another 5 this year, and we are now firmly in territory that we've never been anywhere close to in the international rankings. Not that we chase those rankings, but they verify the kinds of things that I'm able to say to the public, to our alumni, and to supporters like you about the wonderful work that is being done here and the terrific quality of education that our students receive. So as a result, last week, that ranking system, the QS rankings, held an event in Washington, D.C., and we were awarded the only award for a Canadian university that they gave out, and that was the award for the university that has moved the most in those prestigious international rankings over the last 5 years. We were that university. So all of this, to me and my thousands of colleagues, is what it means to be the university the world needs. This event is not just about reaching our $500 million goal in the next year. It's also about sustaining this kind of success for many years to come. And I'm reminded of the fact, I talk about this at Convocation as well, I looked over the letters of Walter Murray, who was the founding president. He came out here in 1908 to start his work of building this fantastic university. And he wrote to a friend while he was on the train coming out here that we are building for centuries, and that's exactly what we're going to continue to do. Your faith in us, shown through your support of the campaign, is incredible. And I want to say thank you to every individual, every corporation, every family, every foundation for getting involved in this campaign for the University of Saskatchewan. More than 18,000 alumni have donated to this campaign, along with approximately 1,400 corporations, 5,000 individuals, and 400 foundations. A total of 92,784 donations have been made so far in this campaign, and that has brought us a significant way towards our goal of $500 million. And I'm pleased to announce the total amount raised to date is $428,322,860. However, I hasten to add, we are not quite at the finish line yet. And in order to get there, we need your help to achieve our vision and to reach that goal of $500 million. It's an audacious one, but we're confident because of the kind of success that I was outlining to you just a few minutes ago. Please join us and help support our vision to inspire the next generation of learners and leaders. And with your help, we will contribute to being the university that the world needs. Together, we can make this world a better place. Every student who crosses the stage at graduation whose hand I shake, I say to them, go out there and make the world a better place. I invite you to join us now on this journey to support specific projects and areas that interest you and that inspire you. I invite you to join us now and be part of something special. And I invite you to join us now and help us cross that finish line. Together, we have come so far, and together we will be what the world needs. Thank you.
Together.
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 Together, we will be what the world needs.